What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple Newtype, and in this episode we are returning to the guinea pig team as we cover the original 1996 manga side story Blue Destiny. This story follows our hero Yu Kajima as he pilots Blue and learns of the exam system and its past. If you can't get enough of this story, you could also watch Shirtlad's fan-made motion comic of Blue Destiny. You may hear a familiar voice playing a mad scientist. Anyways, let's get into this. Out in space, we see a glimpse of the ghost Marion, who begs for someone out there to destroy the blue mobile suit. Maureen, the guinea pig's operator, is doing final checks on the Medea. In the hangar are three pilots, Yu Kajima, Simona Fullis, and Philip Hughes. The three launch in their gym command. They touch down and instantly engage with Zaku's. Yu and Philip take down two, but Simona is cornered by Zaku. He calls for his mommy. Get it together, dude. Yu and Philip move in and save him. The year is UC 0079. We are post-Operation Odessa, and EFF is pushing in the Zionic front. Because of this, autonomous units are created. Somewhere else, a blue mobile suit is going through experimentation. The pilot hears the voice of a ghost while testing. Their testing involves just waiting for right now. The pilot is being left in the dark by scientist Captain Alf Cameron. Back at the front, Yu and his team find a ground soldier. They can't hurt him, even though Philip really wants to. Suddenly, a rogue Zaku rushes Yu's back. Simona comes in to help. The Zaku knocks down his gym, which crushes the poor Zeon foot soldier. Back at the test site, the pilot can see images of Yu's battle while still hearing the voice of the ghost reaching out. The mobile suit begins moving, but it is connected to Alf's truck. They have to cut the cables. The exam system has been activated. Alf wants to let the exam system do its thing. He wants to see how it reacts. Yu and the team take down the Zaku. Simona feels bad for killing the Zeon soldier who looked like a little kid. As they move out, they get a transmission regarding a rogue gym. They spot the mobile suit attacking friendlies. It spots the three pilots and rushes them. The blue unit is insanely fast. The gym punches Simona in the face and takes out Philip's arm. Yu shoots at it. He notices that the gym blocked the head instead of the cockpit where the pilot is. Alf is monitoring and realizes he has to find a new pilot. Yu's gym is overheating. He finds a heat hawk on the battlefield, but it is too far away. Philip grabs the gym in the legs while Simona throws the heat hawk towards Yu. He grabs it and swings, striking the gym. When he does, he hears a ghost telling him to stop her. Yu blacks out and wakes up to his comrades. The Medea comes to pick them up. A Zeon officer is given intel on Alf working with a former Zeon scientist, Clust Moses, for EFF. This is Nimbus Sturgeon. He knows of their work and wants to also stop the blue mobile suit. They begin their new operation, Blue Destiny. Intel shows an image of a young woman. Alf and his team is examining the damaged blue gym. He is amazed that someone was able to cause damage to it. He notices damage from the heat hawk. They collect as much data as they can. Alf wants to find who did this damage. He will be the next pilot of Blue. Yu hears someone calling his name. It is a ghost. She says he will save him. Yu wakes up in the Medea. They land at the 6th Regiment supply base. Alf also makes his way towards the base. He learns that the guinea pig team is here, but not commissioned at the base. They are an experimental unit. Yu is debriefing High Command, but they tell them to come back at the end of the day with more concrete evidence. That gives them only 3 hours. Philip says they would never put their asses on the line. In the distance, Nimbus is spying on the base. This is the first time he has seen these new gym units. Yu has a new backpack on his. Some other mobile suit pilots come over and tease them for getting all the new shiny toys. This seems to get to Yu. Maureen tells the team that they were hacked and all their intel is gone. Simona thinks it is an inside job. The base then gets a red alert. Units have been spotted in the water. They all head out. Many want to prove themselves to the guinea pig team. One gym approaches the water when it is grabbed by a Hygog and dragged back in. Aquatic mobile suits begin their assault. The guinea pig team finally heads out, even though their units aren't at 100%. They need to run defense for the base. They begin taking out aquatic mobile suits. Simona and Philip lose track of Yu, who is tailing a Gog, but Philip comes in and gets the kill. Nimbus and his men move out. We see his Ifrit custom for the first time. On Nimbus's team is Abraham and his Dom unit, getting ready to move. He says this will be his last battle. The Doms move out. The guinea pig team is getting resupplied when they hear of more Doms moving in from the northeast. Philip and Simona relaunch. US 30 minutes until his unit is good to go. The Doms demand that the new units come out or they will burn the base down. One Dom stands out and is shot by Philip with a high caliber beam rifle. The Doms are fast. Luckily, they bought enough time because Yu moves in, making it an even battle. A C-88 Medea requests permission to land at the base, but the request is denied since they are currently being attacked. The Medea pilot ignores their orders and move in. Yu pulls out his beam saber and the Dom its heat rod. The two charge in like samurai. Philip mentions they launch before finishing refueling. If this continues on, they are screwed. The Dom throws his beam cannon at Philip. He slashes at it, causing a flashbang. The Doms move in while they are distracted. One Dom suddenly goes up in flames. The other is badly damaged. The guinea pigs move in to finish the job. They're helped by this sweet fighter that looks like a fusion of the core fighter and an F-18. I dig whatever this is. It is a woman who knows you. This is Captain Amy Bauermeister, also known as the Eagle of Odessa. Nimbus is informed of Abraham's death. His Ifrit is ready for use, and he is excited to take back Marion's other half. When Nimbus received his Ifrit back in the day, it was the first time he saw Marion Welsh, who was training to use the exam system and act as an operator for Nimbus. He will control the mobile suit, but she will play critical support in battle. They test the Ifrit together. The mechanics working on Blue are weighted out by the mobile suit. Yu finds a picture of Abraham and his family for maximum sadness. Yu hangs out with Amy, making Maureen very jealous. He was once on her team and he used to be a fighter pilot. In the 2015 manga, he is a Saberfish pilot. Yu says that Amy should become a mobile suit pilot and join his team, but she will always be a fighter pilot at heart. The two are growing apart, and this is their acknowledgement to move forward in life. Also, she seems hung up on Frank. No, not that Frank. Alf talks to High Command and convinces them to have Yu's team under his command. Alf also takes off, knowing Yu's team will join them soon. Once the guinea pig team takes off, they are ordered to return. Amy's ship was shot down. They decide to go help. Amy and Alf survive the crash. Alf knows they were shot with an exam system mobile suit. Nimbus and his team are monitoring the downed Medea from afar. One of his men is shot. They are attacked from behind by the guinea pigs. Philip shoots from afar. Yu goes for the melee, while Simona runs support. Alf expected this to happen and set the whole thing up. 10 people on the Medea died for Alf to prove a point. He knew Yu would come in to save the day. He gets Blue up and running. The guinea pigs push the Xeon units back. Nimbus is embarrassed, so he kills his own men. The Ifrit instantly immobilizes Philip and Simona. Alf notes that Blue is refusing to activate. Amy has to go help. Yu is holding his own against Nimbus, but barely. Ifrit gets an attack on the gym. Yu is backed into a corner. That is when Amy and her fighter flies in and does a Hammond Crowley on the Ifrit. Amy dies, but no damage is done to the Ifrit. Blue is starting to go mad. It fires its Vulcans through the carrier, attacking Yu and Nimbus. Out of the crash Medea comes Blue. It begins attacking Nimbus on its own. He can feel the power of the exam system from the other side. Nimbus then gets a message saying they are going home and decide to retreat. Blue is being controlled by something. Alf demands an explanation from Dr. Klust. The team goes through the rubble to find Amy is still alive. How? They get a medvac for her. Maureen feels bad for being jealous earlier. That is when Dr. Alf introduces himself. He says he is their new commander. Yu gets into Blue. He is able to successfully stop a missile attack in the Blue mobile suit. Yu keeps seeing visions of the ghost. He doesn't understand what she is trying to show him. Some time has passed and they are now making their push on California base. Yu has become a hero over time. He is no longer working directly with the rest of the team. They push onto California base, during which they run into Yu and Blue. Yu tells Philip and the gang to not get close. The exam system may decide to kill them. That is when Nimbus and Ifrit makes his appearance. Blue and Nimbus fight. Yu sees memories of Marion being tested on by Klust, thinking this would be the future of Newtypes. But he was merely using her. Klust pushed her and the exam system to a point where she fell into a coma, and her soul trapped in the exam system. She says the system is a manifestation of Klust's fear and hate. The two clash as their mobile suits are picked apart. They attack, destroying each other's mobile suits. Yu is still alive. Who knows about Nimbus though? Marion says that her two halves are one. Yu says that he promises he will find a way to save her one day. And that will conclude Mobile Suit Gundam's side story, The Blue Destiny. There is only so much you could do with one volume, but the ending certainly was more satisfying than the 2015 run. That went on hiatus before the final battle. The video game is still the only place to get a complete story of these events. If you haven't checked out our coverage of the 2015 run, give that a watch. And if you are still looking for more Yu Kajima, he shows up again in Gundam Pulitzer where he meets Kika Kobayashi. But that will do it for now, Newtypes. Remember the crew who went down so Alf could test you. They will be missed. Peace.